Friend wants to tell you some evil speech. A friend wants to tell you some gossip about what's happening. Feels good for a second. You feel like you have a little bit more information, but for what? So now you have doubts. You have negativity inside of you. Your aura is punctured. All these spiritual and physical viruses start to come in. Your life starts to go down the tubes, literally because someone spoke a little gossip and you listened to it. And then you had more judgment. And then you start judging yourself, by the way. Because deep down inside, we're all very spiritual beings. We know what it feels like to vibrate at the creator's level. And when we start judging other people, listening to evil speech and gossip, we actually start to hate ourselves for it, even though we don't realize it. The worst is what's called the gossip monger, the person who's addicted to speaking it and addicted to hearing it. They subconsciously look for it. They look for people who have something to say, and they look for people who will listen to them. This is actually the kind of person that has the most drama or chaos in their lives. If you see someone, despite being a good person, they always have drama and chaos, it means potentially they are a hidden gossip monger. They are talking when they should not be talking. They are talking about people who they should not be talking about. And they're just, even worse, they're justifying it, that they're doing somebody a favor, that they're helping the situation, that they're just bringing the truth out. Anybody who tells you, I just want to reveal the truth, is most likely causing the most amount of chaos. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't speak up if you see something wrong. But often people will say, oh, did you hear so-and-so is going through this situation? Or did you hear this person's dating that? Or can you believe that they spent this much money on that? I'm just telling the truth. I just want the truth to be known. That level of negativity is so destructive. And then you justify it saying that you're spiritual and you're just helping people. But in reality, you're part of the problem, not the solution. And by the way, I don't even know why I'm sharing this. I don't think I've ever talked so much about gossip or evil speech on a podcast before. But often when these things come out of nowhere, it's because someone's going through it or somebody needs to hear it. And hopefully it minimizes the chaos that people are going through.
It's funny. I know of somebody that speaks about this being her problem, actually. So it's very interesting that you're mentioning on the podcast. And it's one person that prays a lot about it, of like, to make sure like she doesn't overspeak her words when it's not appropriate. So so maybe there's a reason.
Wow. Something else, think about it. Every word that we speak creates a force, an angel. If it's a positive word, it creates a positive force. If it's a negative word, it creates a negative force, a negative angel. And these angels go and cause havoc and destruction in our own lives. And what do we do more than anything in a given day? We talk. So you could be an amazing person, a spiritual person, a giving person, a warm person. You could be changing people's lives and really helping people and being such a wonderful human. But you could speak 5,000 negative words via complaining, via looking for approval, via talking about other people, true or not, via brown nosing or just kind of like saying words that are unnecessary. These are all the categories of evil speech. And you could create these 5,000 negative words and it will literally cancel out all the positive things you're doing. You could be having a charity where you're saving like millions of lives and like feeding millions of people and all this amazing work you're doing, and it would be canceled out by the 5,000 negative words you're saying a day via complaining, gossiping, saying the unnecessary, looking for approval. When people realize that, like, oh my God, like my words are canceling out all of this goodness that I'm doing, just be quiet. Just be more silent. People who are silent are successful. People who are silent are successful. That is so valuable because they're not creating havoc unknown.
Which makes me, what brings me to one of the things I've heard you speak about is that we should be silent when we're starting something new or something new is coming into our life, that we shouldn't, we should remain quiet for a period of time. Can you kind of touch on that? Because I think that kind of concludes into that.
Yeah, I think I posted this piece of content on Instagram. I think I got like 80,000 shares. Like within a couple of weeks, people really resonated with this idea that the evil eye is so strong. People's jealousy is so strong. And it's often jealousy from people who love us. And jealousy is defined as anything that causes someone else to feel lack or pain awakens the negative force of jealousy. So I often give the example if a woman is pregnant and her sister, who's been trying to get pregnant, can't, and you tell your sister, hey, I'm pregnant, and your sister feels so happy for you, but also it awakens her pain that she's not pregnant, she is subconsciously giving you evil eye and hurting the baby. Mm-hmm. So we always say the first 40 to 90 days of anything are so embryonic, so seed level, so vulnerable. Do not share unless it's with people who you absolutely must share. If a couple is pregnant, they should not share for 3 months with anyone, including parents, siblings, maybe your gynecologist, obviously, because for health purposes, right. Maybe your husband or your partner for obvious reasons, but you do not want to share, because what happens is energetically it becomes vulnerable. Even if these people are happy for you, there could be a chance that they tell people, which often people do, and those people will awaken lack and have jealousy. And that could hurt the transfer of the soul, which is coming to the embryo within this first 90 days. So in the first 90 days, the soul of the baby is coming down in a strong way. And any negative energy, such as evil eye or jealousy, could disturb that and result in a miscarriage or other complications.
Goodness. Yeah, I think that's very common. Number one, that people will feel certain jealousy when it's something they want themselves. I think that's just being our human self. But I think also, where was I going to go with this? I just totally lost my train of thought. When somebody becomes really famous or their work really starts getting out there, all the haters then come out.
They all come. Right? So can you prosper in silence for as long as possible? That's the key.
Well, so what would you say in the regard to talking about social media? Because I know you recently are showing up on social media. I'm sure you're getting a lot of love, but you're probably getting some haters, I'm sure.
Sure.
So how do you how should somebody handle that energetically when haters do come? What would you say is the response?
So there's two things. One is, let's say your role is to be forward facing to the public. Right? I shared with you that for 20 years, I was teaching in private, not on social media. I only got on social media about 6 or 7 months ago and had no following, just started. One of the things I learned this from clients of mine or students of mine who have followings. A lot of it has to do, number one, with your intention of posting. When you post and you have true intention to give and to share and not take from your audience, not take approval, not look for validation, not post unnecessarily, not post to manipulate or control. How often do we post maybe because we're trying to send a message to like one person out there, right? Like how many times did somebody who was listening to us, maybe you posted something on your story because you wanted your ex to see it,
right?
Or you wanted something, it was a manipulation. All of that energetically opens you up and exposes you to evil eye, jealousy, and judgment. And then it literally slows down the algorithm, creates chaos in your life, and it siphons off your own personal light from your soul. So I'm highly conscious of just two things. Number one is I rarely will post something personal unless I feel it's of true value to the audience. Okay. I'm not just posting because I want to see myself be posted, or I'm sticking strictly to the content that I know will be helpful. And what I've seen is actually very little to no negative comments ever if I'm posting with the right consciousness. Now, not to say that if you get negativity, you have the wrong consciousness, because there's also another spiritual law which says as you do grow and become more famous and more successful, the creator sends the haters to you to help cleanse your ego so you can go even higher. Because what happens to all of us, myself included, is when you get a lot of approval or respect, you start to think you're the one, you're the man, you're the woman, you're the person who created all of this. Look how smart I am. Look how wise I am. Look how much people love me. Of course I'm a channel. All of that begins to block the light of the creator. We are most connected to the creator when we love ourselves, but we also feel like we desperately need the creator simultaneously. Then you become a channel. Otherwise, arrogance takes over, ego takes over, and people feel it. And then the haters come to cleanse you so you can go higher. They're not actually trying to destroy you. It looks like they're trying to destroy you, but they were sent by the creator to help you let go of the excess baggage of negativity so you can elevate and climb higher spiritually and on a soul level.